about the charging stations?
Yeah, if you go ahead and do it, and then I'll just comment. Good evening, and welcome to the Manteno Village Board meeting for Monday, December 19th, 2022. I'd like to call the meeting to order, and if we could all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Boyce?
Here.
Martin?
Here.
Dole?
Here.
Crockett?
Here.
Geske? Phillips?
Here. We have a quorum. Tonight, as always, we begin with the approval of our minutes. Tonight, in our packet, everyone has a copy of the Truth and Taxation public hearing minutes that was held on December 5th before our board meeting, and then also our regular meeting minutes from December 5th. Hopefully everyone's had the opportunity to review them. Are there any changes, additions, deletions, or any corrections on the minutes that were provided by the clerk? Seeing none, I accept the motion to waive the reading of the minutes and approve them as presented.
I make a motion.
Motion by Phillips.
Second.
Second by Dole. Roll call.
Phillips?
Yes.
Dole?
Yes.
Boyce?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Crockett?
Yes.
Motion carries. Public participation, doesn't appear we have anyone here. You received anything, Chris?
No, we have not.
Okay. Village President's Report, just a couple items tonight. Everybody has been watching the weather, I'm sure, for the next couple days with the holidays coming. And we have, a potential storm that's going to be here. Jim, everything is, you've got everything as prepared as you can. You got plenty of salt. The trucks are all operational. This would be probably, I know you were out last week or last couple days with some stuff, but this will be, one of the, first time of the year, so I'm sure that'll be, more, hazards than normal. If there is a large storm and we do get the cold, I'm assuming that there's a potential that we might have to open up the warming center here at the Hassett Center. If that does take place, is there a certain we just have to call, if people call the police department to find out if that's available? Okay, because a lot of times that happens at night, when there's no one at the village hall, so you can call the non-emergency number for the police department or and find out if the warming center is opened up. Hopefully it won't be as severe as what they always seem to make it out sometimes, but it's better to be prepared than not. Has the generators all been checked too?
Yeah, we just did a routine check earlier this month.
Okay. Okay. So we should hopefully be prepared. Just one other item. I just wanted to kind of read a little statement based about the kind of the condition of the village here at this time of the year and Christmas. The first week of December, the village of Manteno sent out about a little over 1,500 Manteno homeowner real estate tax rebate checks to village residents who qualified for the program. This refunded 100% of the real estate taxes that qualified residents paid to the village of Manteno for the 2021 calendar year, which was paid in 2022. The total amount of the money that was rebated was over $900,000. The village board voted earlier this year to initiate this program because the village is in a financial position to operate an efficient, effective, professional government with other revenue that has been generated, and thus give the homeowners tax relief from costs that continue to rise in other areas. Other communities have begun real estate tax rebates recently, but have done so by raising sales tax on residents. That's not the case in Manteno. We currently have the lowest sales tax rate in the state of Illinois at 6.25%, and there are no plans to change that rate as far as the village is concerned. The rebates are being funded with interest received from investments made by the village. In addition to the tax rebate, the village of Manteno also pays for all homeowners' garbage collection and has been doing that since 2017. The savings to each household for garbage collection equates to about $300 annually for every residence in the village. Additionally, the village has no vehicle tax, we have no business registration, and as everyone knows, we continue to offer free events to the citizens throughout the year. The village of Manteno has no outstanding debt, no outstanding bonds, no outstanding indebtedness of any kind, and all pensions are fully funded. Later next year, or in 2023, the police department will be moving to a brand new facility, and Public Works will be moving into a brand new facility. These projects are also being funded with current village revenues No bonds, no loans, no notes will be used for their construction. The village also maintains a cash reserve equal to several years of expenses, and therefore the tax rebate program will continue for the foreseeable future. The village has continually reinvested in the downtown business district, and we have one of the nicest looking Main Street business districts in the region. We have offered grants to local businesses for upgrading their facades, and many have taken advantage of the grants, which enhances the appearance of our downtown business area. Manteno has continually invested in our parks, our paths, our playground equipment, and our sporting fields throughout the community. So I think we've got a lot of reasons for people in Manteno to have a very Merry Christmas, because we are in we're in actually a great spot, not only to live and work and raise a family and retire, but also financially. I think the village is in a lot better shape than we've ever been, and I just think it's important for everyone to know that you're living in a community that has no debt, and there's not many communities that can say that. With that being said, I have nothing further. The village administrator's report, Mr. LaRock.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to give a quick reminder that Village Hall will be closed this Friday, December 23rd, and also on Monday, December 26th, and also the following Monday on January 2nd. So, sounds like might be a lot of businesses closed on Friday, but this is for the holidays that fall on the weekend. We're closed the day before and the day after. So, that's all I have this evening.
Thank you, Mr. LaRock. Committee reports, Public Works and Utilities, Mr. Boyce.
I have nothing tonight on the agenda, but I do have a meeting on the 27th of this month at 7 a.m. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Boyce. Properties and Recreation, Mr. Martin.
Nothing. I have nothing tonight. Mayor, thank you.
Public Safety and Health, Mrs. Dole.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have any action items on the agenda. My next public safety meeting is the 11th of January at 7 a.m. here in the Village Board room. And as the mayor was talking earlier about the snow, since it looks like we're possibly going to get more snow, let's review the new snow ordinances for parking on the village streets. All public streets in the village are now designated as snow routes. It shall be unlawful for any person to stop, stand, park, or leave unattended any vehicle on a public street following the accumulation of 2 inches of snowfall or more within a 24-hour period. The parking restriction shall be effective for a period of 24 hours following the end of the snowfall event or until the applicable street is completely clear of snow from curb to curb, whichever is latter. Any vehicle remaining on a public street following a qualified snowfall event shall be subject to removal at the owner's expense. The violations are subject to a fine of up to $200 a day. Also want to talk about the fire department. Don't let your fire hydrant get buried. We need your help. The Manteno Community Fire Protection District is partnering with Aqua to share the importance of clearing snow and ice from your nearest fire hydrant. In an emergency, the fire district must locate and access fire hydrants quickly. If a fire hydrant is buried in the snow, precious time can be wasted digging it out. When shoveling this winter, please make a point to clear a 3-foot path to and around fire hydrants. Don't let your fire hydrant get buried. It's for your safety.
And just to comment on the new snow ordinance, too, the intent of the snow ordinance is not to tow a lot of vehicles. The intent is to make sure that people, move their vehicles in a timely fashion whenever it's snowing and give the opportunity for Public Works to get their job done. As everyone knows, you've seen in the past where, 90% of the street gets cleared, but there's always 2 or 3 cars that are, the plow has to go around for sometimes days or a week at a time. We changed the ordinance to try to give Public Works the ability to clear the snow as fast as they can and clear the street as fast as they can. So this is not a money-making event. We hope we don't tow any vehicles at all. We want to, have the streets clear and give the opportunity for the Public Works to be able to get the roads clear as soon as possible. Not to say that a vehicle won't get towed if it's absolutely necessary, but we'll do whatever we can do to make sure that that's to a minimum. Thank you, Mr. Dole. Planning and Zoning, Mr. Crockett.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have any items on the agenda this evening, but we do have a Planning and Zoning Committee meeting scheduled for Tuesday, the 27th, 7 a.m. here in the Village Boardroom, and there is a Planning Commission meeting scheduled for January 1st, 2023,
6 PM, also here in the Village Boardroom. And
January
that's all I
10th.
have for this evening.
January 10th.
January
January 10th. You said the 1st.
You said the first.
Oh, I'm sorry, January 10th, 2023. I was focused on the 2023, not that. So, it's January the 10th
Who is that?
at 6 PM here in the Village Boardroom.
Thank you, Mr. Crockett. Finance, Mr. Geske is not here. Mr. Crockett, you want to go ahead and do his too?
Certainly. We have a consideration, a motion to approve the payment of $41,000 to Graham Real Estate Development LLC in reference to a TIF facade agreement approved September 20th of 2021. We also have a consideration, a motion to award a contract to PowerPoint EVC LLC for $24,794 in reference to 4 electric vehicle charging stations. And then also a consideration, a motion to award a contract to KPI Electric for $33,000, also in reference to an electrical services for 4 electrical vehicle charging stations. Mayor, did you want to make any comments?
Yeah, this is something we talked about at our last public, or I believe it was Public Safety or Finance Committee meeting. As everyone knows, there's a push for electric vehicles. We know that, there's not a lot of them around currently, but as the major manufacturers begin to make more and more and more electric vehicles, we wanted to be ahead of the game and be a location where we can have chargers available for people to charge a vehicle if they do. We know that over the course of the next couple of years, there's going to be a lot of electric vehicles that are sold. And what we're doing here is putting 4 chargers on Main Street in the parking lots and trying to get ahead of the game so we can get on the map. So anyone that's traveling through the area or down 57 or any place in the Manteno area, they can call up and find out, on their computers in their car, and find out that Manteno is a location where they can potentially charge their vehicles. I'm also told that McDonald's, since they've taken their gas pumps out and that station has closed out there, that they are in the process of adding some electric vehicle charging stations too. So McDonald's will have fast charging, vehicle chargers there. The ones that we're putting on Main Street will be a slower charge, because the idea is that if you're parking on Main Street and charging up, you're probably going to go into one of the restaurants or one of the establishments and spend a half hour, 40 minutes, and your vehicle can get charged in that period of time. These will operate, on a credit card. If somebody plugs into this, electric charger, they'll swipe their credit card and they'll get charged for the electricity, just like they would if you were swiping your credit card and pumping gas. So like I say, we're trying to be ahead of the game here and be one of the only communities in the area that has public electric charging stations, and we're starting out small with only doing 4 in anticipation that there'll probably be more to come as the need warrants. So that's it.
Thank you, Mayor. We also have payment of the bills for $163,246.28, which encompasses TIF 1 of $41,000. There are no bills authorized and paid between board cycles. The next Finance Committee meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, January 11th, 2023, 7 a.m. here in the Village Boardroom. And that is all for this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Crockett. General Government, Mr. Phillips.
Yeah, I have nothing on old business, new business. I have an ordinance 22-16, an ordinance amending Title I, Administrative Chapter 6, Board of Trustees, Section 1-6-2, regular meetings of the Village of Manteno Municipal Code. Consideration, a motion to approve the 2023 scheduled meetings for 2023 and holiday.
And just a little explanation of what we're doing under the new ordinance. About a month ago, Chris LaRocca and myself were down at the Village of Bourbonnais for a meeting, and we were talking to them about different things and how some of the things that they've changed over the course of the last few years. And we found out that, they used to have their meetings at 7 o'clock at night, and they have moved them up till 5:30 because it made it easier for some of the elected officials to just come right to the meetings on their way home from work, as opposed to going home, sitting around for an hour, hour and a half, and then coming back to the meeting. So we brought it up here to the board to see if there was any interest in changing the time for our meetings here, because I think the same thing happens here, is that, a lot of times people, you're sitting at home waiting for the meeting to get here, and you're wasting some time potentially at home before you can come to the meeting. So we talked about potentially changing it and see if there was any problems with it as far as, legally, whether or not we had to have the meetings at 7 p.m. And we found out that no, that wasn't the case. And see what, we talked with everybody to find out if it was going to be, more convenient or inconvenient for them. And none of the current board seemed to have any issues or problems with changing the meeting. So what we're going to do here is change the time for the village board meeting. They're still going to be on the first and third Monday of every month, just like normal. But instead of starting at 7 p.m., they'll start at 6 p.m. Fortunately, over the last, several months, even several years, we have not had huge crowds, so it's not going to potentially affect, anybody that comes on a regular basis, because nobody does. But anybody that comes for any particular event or any particular issue, the meetings will now start at 6, and they'll still be televised, and they'll still be put on YouTube. Everything else will stay the same. The only thing different is the time that will be started. So make sure we all remember too. That's all you got, Mr. Phillips?
Yes,
Okay.
I didn't have that on there about the 6th, but yeah, that's all we have.
All right, so the items we'll be voting on the consent agenda are as follows. Under old business, we have nothing. Under new business, we have a motion to approve a payment of $41,000 to Graham Real Estate Development, LLC, in reference to a TIF facade agreement approved September 20th, 21. That is the pub building, for anyone that is curious, the Midtown Pub facility. Ordinance 2216, an ordinance amending Title I Administrative, Chapter 6, Board of Trustees, Section 162, regular meetings of the Village of Manteno Municipal Code. Item number 3 is a motion to approve the 2023 village schedule of meetings and the 2023 village holiday schedule. Under awarding of bids, a motion to award a contract to PowerPort EVC LLC for $24,794 in reference to 4 electric vehicle charging stations. Item number 2 is a motion to award a contract to KPI Electric for $33,000 in reference to electrical service for 4 electric vehicle charging stations. And finally, a motion to approve the payment of the bills in the amount of $163,246, of which $41,000 are TIF 1 bills. Are there any items on the consent agenda that need to be voted on individually? Seeing none, I'd accept the motion to take a single roll call vote on the question of passage of the agenda items as read.
So moved.
Motion by Martin,
Second.
second by Dole. Roll call.
Martin?
Yes.
Dole?
Yes.
Boyce?
Yes.
Crockett?
Yes.
Phillips?
Yes,
Motion carries. Accept the motion to approve by unanimous vote the ordinances, resolutions, motions, and orders contained in the consent agenda as read.
I'll make that.
Motion by Boyce,
Second.
second by Dole. Roll call.
Boyce?
Yes.
Dole?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Crockett?
Yes.
Phillips?
yes.
Motion carries. Mr. Boyce, you have anything you want to talk about tonight?
No comments tonight, thank you.
Mr. Martin?
2 quick things. Wanted to share our condolences with the Sarah Marion family who lost her father, and Ms. Sheila Martin lost her mother. So both been very important and loved members of the community and our employees. And then Merry Christmas. Be careful Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
Other than that, let's get it cleaned up before Christmas.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
Mrs. Dole?
Yes, very nice to wish the families, express our sympathy. And Alex Broling's father also died, so that's another one, unfortunately. It is Alex, I did say Alex, correct. Also wanted to say about the charging system, they're not for golf carts, that's right? They're not.
That's correct. These are electric
adapters are not
vehicles.
for
These are
golf
electric
carts.
vehicle chargers.
So they are for the cars, vehicles or whatever, so. Anyway, that's all I have to say. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Mr. Crockett?
I also wanted to wish the residents and the board and staff Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And that was quite a list of benefits and accomplishments that you listed earlier. All based on good planning and the fact that we're debt-free, that that says a lot. So, and the fact that we'll have hopefully several more projects and benefits come along in the next couple of years as well.
Thank you. Mr. Phillips?
It makes me proud to live in Manteno that we've done all these things, and I wish everybody a Merry Christmas too, and have a Happy New Year.
All right, I have nothing further. If there's nothing else to talk about, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Crockett. Second by
Second.
Dole. Roll call.
Crockett,
Yes.
Dole,
Yes.
Boyce,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Phillips.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you very much for coming, for watching.